What's going on, guys? I'm Fuller with Custom Offsets TV on YouTube, joined by Jared and Keaton. You might see him, you might not. We don't really know how this is going to work. We got an Ask Us Anything. So essentially, Keaton posted on, I think, YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and asked for all of your questions. So we summed them all up, got a whole list of them. We're going to try to rapid fire and get through a whole bunch of these. Ready, go.
Has Custom Offsets considered building an old truck for a show build, or will you always stick to newer trucks for your builds?
I think as far as like our stuff goes, we usually build newer stuff because that's like the new kits that are available and new wheels and all that, and it kind of goes together. We did just do that C10, but that wasn't really like our build. That was a branded title thing.
Favorite body style of the Ford Super Duties?
OBS.
Biggest wheels and tires to fit a GM with a 2-inch level?
Oh, I don't know. Just use the gallery. CustomOffsets.com/gallery.
Best build you guys have seen/done?
Probably our SEMA Archon K350 build, in my opinion.
Expensive wheels and tires on a leveling kit, or cheap wheels and tires on a full lift?
Cheap wheels and tires, full lift.
Yeah, same.
What's up with Raceline wheels for off-road? Yay or nay?
I guess they're not like any better or worse than anything else, but Raceline has been involved in the motorsports community for a while, so they use their regular cast wheels that you can buy for your truck on some of the race sponsored vehicles too.
I would love to hear your thoughts on Icon suspension, like their history and quality.
Jared? Icon is all super legit stuff, especially like, I don't know, a lot of Toyota guys love it. If you want a full coilover setup that's built for going fast over obstacles, I think Icon's the way to go. It can be a bit pricey, but you pay for quality.
What's the widest wheel you would run on any truck, and how wide will wheels get? Will you ever see crazy size like 32 by 20 ever happening in the show world of trucks?
So as of right now, like a 30 by 18 is like the biggest, and at SEMA for the last 2 years, I think it's been now, that has been the biggest size. We haven't seen anyone go bigger than that yet as far as like a normal kit. Obviously, like companies like Dub and stuff like that are making like 32s in these ridiculous sizes, but as far as like trucks go, and as far as like show trucks go and production wheels, 30 by 18 is like the biggest we've seen, but that's also on Forge. If you're looking at like cast wheels, 26 by 16 is pushing it. There's a couple companies out there doing it, and some of them are two-piece. But yeah, it's kind of staying there right now, and you're actually seeing some people kind of size down to like 17s and 18s and kind of going with more of like a functional build too. So,
should I jack up my Mazda B4000 truck?
Yes.
Yes.
What is y'all's opinion on 2020 Silverados and Fords?
Argus, shh.
Are you yelling at your cat?
Yes.
2020 Silverado. I'm assuming if they're asking 2020s, they're probably talking about the HD trucks. I actually, wow, that your cat just won't shut up.
Hang on.
While he's doing that with the cat, I like the 2020 GM trucks actually. The 2020 Super Duty has a very mild refresh to the front end. I do like the new front end on that as well, better than the previous year 2019s. I think GM definitely isn't hitting the market as good as they thought that they might with their design. I think more people like what Super Duty did with the refresh, but who knows? I don't know. After like a year, everything changes too, because when the 2019 Silverado 1500 came out, I hated it, and then I went and drove one and saw them lifted, and now I like them. So,
what's a great truck for someone in high school?
Cat Eye Chevy. It's never going to blow up on you. It's going to drive forever, and there's a huge aftermarket for them.
I can't believe you didn't say F-150. That's what you had.
Yeah, but mine blew spark plugs.
What headlights would you guys recommend for a black 06 Cat Eye?
Anything smoked out, really. Recon probably makes some stuff for you. Recon, Anzo, Spider, they're all similar in appearance. It's just a matter of what you want on the inside, I guess, and how many LEDs you want, and if you want to do color changing and all that kind of stuff. But anything blacked out or smoked, I think looks good. Black housing. Don't do like black lenses. Just black housing.
Just gonna say that, like, go black housing with a clear lens, and then like go with some projectors and have them built by somebody. That's what I would suggest. But yeah, don't black out your headlights.
Diesel swap an old Bronco or old Blazer?
Ooh.
Diesel swap an old Bronco.
Yeah, I would say Bronco too, actually. I like old Broncos.
Black or chrome wheels on a blue truck?
If it's like a bright blue, I think chrome looks nice.
I have a 1988 Suzuki Samurai. Any build ideas?
Hydraulics.
You actually can do quite a bit to those. I see a lot of people turn them into some pretty sweet, like, off-road rock crawler type things. I actually know a guy who swapped a Chevy 350 into one too. So there's a lot of options out there. It's just mostly custom fabrication and not like direct bolt on.
What type of dog does Fuller have?
Fuller, answer this one.
No, you have to answer that one. It's your question.
It's Luna the Shepherdor. She's part German Shepherd, part Labrador, but also part something else because she's tiny.
Yeah, exactly. She was supposed to be like 70 pounds, and then she turned out to be 50 pounds, and I was like, what the heck? I thought you were going to be bigger.
If I want to level an older truck, 05 Silverado 2500, is it best to upgrade the front end components?
Yeah, probably. '05. It's not like... I hate saying '05 is old, but in terms of like Midwest trucks, that's old enough where it's going to be rusty and you're going to have front end wear. Kryptonite makes some awesome stuff for the GM heavy duty trucks. I definitely like upgrade, ball joints and that kind of stuff in the front end if you're going to lift it. If it's just a leveling kit, you're not going to really crank it up that much because those are torsion bar trucks, but I think you should consider it, especially depending on mileage. If you got a high mileage truck, you're going to want to change some of that stuff out. Otherwise, you're just going to end up breaking it further down the line anyway.
Dream show wheel tire package.
It'd have to be a set of like huge like American Forces that are probably 3-piece, custom powder coated with some like Furies that are their 40 by 30-inch wheel diameter.
Yeah, those like 3-piece American Force wheels are like $12,000 or $13,000 in the 20s and 22s. So I can't imagine what it would cost to make a set in 30s.
What defines a truck as a yee?
A little bit of squat, a lot of bit of stickers. I don't know. Those are the main things, I think. Yeah,
and OEM reps.
Yeah, maybe some OEM reps and like cab lights on a 1500 is another common thing.
Okay, last one from YouTube community. Can you make a Ram Rebel or a GMC AT4 ride like a Ford Raptor?
You can, if you like swap everything out for King coilovers or do a long travel kit, even a mid travel kit. Mid travel would probably be more similar to a Raptor, or you could just trade it in and get a Raptor.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, here's a two-parter. Which truck has the best name, and which truck would you pick to rename?
The best name? The Ford Raptor, I think, has a pretty cool name. Like, when it first came out and it was like the F-150s, and then all of a sudden there's a Raptor, it just sounds like a dinosaur that's gonna, like, kill everything. I don't know, it just sounds cool. As far as renaming...
I'd rename the GMC Sierra. I don't like the Sierra part of it. I don't know if it's just because I always mess up and call it a Silverado when I look at them, but I don't know.
That's a good one, yeah.
Because then you get super long names too. GMC, Sierra, AT4, High Country, Denali, Limited, Extra, Super Special thing.
Build a SEMA truck with hand tools or a standard build with power tools?
I think just a standard build with power tools.
Well, a lot of times those SEMA builds have one-off custom stuff done too that you really can't do without power tools. Like those Plan B Fab lift kits that people put on there are literally handmade, and you can't really just do that with hand tools.
Yeah, I mean, like, does that mean we can't use a welder either?
Right.
Because it's not a hammer and a screwdriver. Ask Cody Banker, he'll tell you that's how I build most of my stuff, with a Phillips head, some duct tape, and a hammer.
A couple of zip ties.
Have y'all ever thought of making a remote control version of one of y'all builds? That would be cool.
We actually have. We kind of talked about it. There's a couple companies that make them like sort of like their vehicles, and then for a while there we got really into Traxxas trucks for some reason. We'd like race them around the shop, and then we reached out to Traxxas and we're like, hey, we should do something. And I don't ever know what happened with that.
Bulletproof 6.0 or 5.9 Cummins?
Bulletproof 6.0.
Your favorite wheel ever?
I feel boring if I pick the Method NV. That's just like what I grew up liking, though. Like, I really like some of the new TIS stuff, like the 547 with those straight spokes. It's all twisted. That's pretty sweet.
17-inch wheels on 35s, yes or no?
I mean,
yes,
you can do it. No, I wouldn't run it.
Why not?
24s or 26s and 35s, baby.
What truck would you recommend for a 16-year-old that's 6K or under?
I think 6K or under, you can actually get a pretty decent cat-eye Chevy. That's a pretty good budget for high school. My budget in high school was $1,000, so that's how you end up with a Ford Ranger or something like that.
Do you guys like 7.3 Power Strokes? Why or why not?
Yeah, there's a couple guys at the shop that, like, Rainey has had a 7.3 I think it was a 7.3, wasn't it? Or was it 6.7?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah.
7.3.
He absolutely loved it. And there's a couple of our buddies who come by the shop and stuff like that with, like, the new round body style, whatever it is after the OBSs, but had
Yeah.
a 7.3 in them still, like the 2000, 2002 or whatever. And they love them. They're reliable. They go forever. And one of our buddies actually has 2 nitrous tanks hooked up to his, but that's on the DL, so there's that.
Oh boy.
All right, last couple ones. What's the easiest truck to lift?
If you ask Cody Banker, he'd probably say Chevy Silverado 1500 because he does so many of them that he can do it in his sleep. But I think technically any sort of straight axle truck would be easier to lift than like an independent front suspension truck. So like heavy duty trucks, but not Chevys because those have weird torsion bar setups.
You ask Banker and Brent how Rainey's Cummins went together.
Well, Rainey's Cummins is a different story. If you do a basic kit, I think a straight axle. Otherwise, I don't really know what would be easiest. In general, a lot of them are the same, really. It would probably be easier to answer what's the most difficult, and that seems like it's usually Toyotas.
Or Broncos with twin I-beams.
Yeah, that's
And lots of
complicated
rust
as well.
caked on.
What would you do to a 04 to 08 F-150 Super Crew?
Lift
There's
it,
a
put
white
some wheels
one.
and tires on it.
Exactly. There's a white one in the gallery that has exactly what I would do to it. It's like polished wheels. Remember that one?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
He's got everything touched on it. Nice headlights. I think it's a limited or something like that too. I would do that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll probably do this again sometime. If you want to ask us more questions, you can drop them down in the comments below. Otherwise, if you want to check out wheels, tires, and suspension, that's kind of what we do. We don't just ramble on YouTube. You can do that at customoffsets.com. Okay? Peace.